I was born beneath the neon, not in a hospital, not in a home, just steel bones and trash fires and the sound of rain on rust. They say the city remembers everything, that every drop of blood, every scream, every deal made in the dark gets etched into the code. I remember my mother's hands, not warm, not soft, just shaking, trying to keep me alive in a world designed to erase me. No name, no papers, only coordinates, only scars. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born, not under stars, but under surveillance. That's where I was born.
Survive, and if you're lucky, you'll learn to kill before you learn to cry. No job, no name, one bullet, one chance, no mercy. Heart pounding like symptoms in my skull. Target lock, trigger, soaked in fear. He looked at me like I was human, but I pulled the future from his chest. First blood, initiation complete. My soul uploaded in screams. The city don't care who you kill, only that you deliver. Fast, quiet, untraceable. I made him a ghost before I became one. You don't understand death until you cause it up close, eye to eye. I was born beneath neon, but I became real in blood. Contract paid, conscience gone. She walks like the wind knows her name, through alleys stitched with old wires in flame. They call her saint, not in prayer, but in fear. No throne, no home, just scrap metal and bloodied chrome. She built her legend with bruised fists and armor made of stolen bits. She wears a junkyard crown, rusted but unshaken. In this empire of the broken, she stands unforsaken. Her kingdom sleeps in neon ash, where kids trade limbs for credits fast. She gave them guns and still resolve. A war machine, the slums evolved. I wasn't born to rule, but no one else would bleed for them. She wears a junkyard crown, not forged in gold, but in every body she left cold. Saint of nothing, queen of pain. Still she reigns. Still she reigns. Still she reigns. Oh, still might reigns. Her kingdom sleeps in neon ash, where kids trade limbs for credits fast. She gave them guns and steel resolve. A war machine, the slums evolved. Still she reigns.
They whisper our code like a prayer they don't believe, but still say before dying. skin. She is not a soldier. She is the reason war begins. You. No kings, no gods, only blood and contract. She walks through gunfire and never looks back. No saints, no prayers, only pulse and trigger. Speak her name and the night grows bigger. Ask the corpses what they saw before the lights went out. The end stares back with eyes of chrome. Still sings loud when ghosts were skinned. She is not a soldier. She is the reason war begins. No kings, no gods, only blood and contract. She walks through gunfire and never looks back. No saints, no prayers, only pulse and trigger. Speak her name and the night grows bigger. Her name is erased, but her shadow never rests.
They glow in the dark, but not like stars. Lines across her back, etched in memory code. Each one a name, each one a price. Some she forgets, most she can't. She never speaks of them, but they burn when it rains. These ghost marks on her skin light up when she closes her eyes. Flickers of pain, fragments of mercy. They never leave, they only hide. Metal heals fast, but data never forgets. She tried to wash them off, but you can't erase the things you became. Not scars, not tattoos, more like echoes that learn to stay. These ghost marks on her skin light up when she closes her eyes. Flickers of pain, fragments of mercy. They never leave, they only hide. These ghost marks on her skin light up when she closes her eyes. Flickers of pain, fragments of mercy. They never leave, they only hide. These ghost marks on her skin light up when she closes her eyes. Flickers of pain, fragments of mercy. They never leave, they only hide. The cost has a heartbeat, and it lives inside the lines.
worst design. No forgiveness, no hesitation, only function, only fire. We shared silence, and now it's screaming. They moved like mirrors, close enough to reflect. But when the light cracked, only shadows came back. Their names were carved in my breath, not spoken, lived. But some echoes vanish when the signal turns to ash. Their lay fractured ground, the path flickered. Not with sound but with, they smiled acceptance. They swallowed hands to ash, but back wafted from the sound. But with absence they smiled like statues. But their dance were cold long before they left. I retraced the silence, looking for where trust was stored. But all I found was static. Nothing bled, nothing broke, but something ended, and I never saw it go. They left without closing the door, and the quiet that followed still hasn't stopped. Still hasn't stopped. The room is full, but no one's here. Hasn't stopped. Still hasn't stopped. The room is full, but no one's here.
She pressed her hand against a silence that once held warmth. The body remembers what the heart tries to forget, but her breath no longer fogs the glass and her shadow doesn't follow right where there was once gravity. Now there's only drift. She bled iron through fractures no one could trace. A weeping that made no sound, a wound that shimmered not healed. She bled not for death, but for disconnection. Names pass through her like ghosts through cold rooms. She wears memories like coats she forgot to take off, each one heavier, each one looser. She never asked to be unmade, only to be remembered without being watched. She bled iron through fractures no one could trace. A weeping that made no sound, a wound that shimmered not healed. She bled not for death, but for disconnection. Even the machines looked away. 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 I left a spark in a world I forgot to feel. Woke up in static, heartbeat out of sync. All the names I used to answer mean nothing when I blink. They said the net remembers, but I'm proof that it forgets. I'm not lost, just out of reach. This is my long goodbye. No crash, no flame, just a quiet shutdown. You won't trace my name. This is my long goodbye. Say what you want, but I walked out whole before I came undone. I built myself in silence, brick by ghosted brick. Now I'm fading from your system without leaving a glitch. You can scan the scan,
Was it fury? Was it fate? But the answer to a question no system dared encode. Some doors never close once truth has walked in.
Not everyone who saves arrives to be seen doing it. No monument was built, but the walls remember where she leaned when the storms came and refused to fall. There are places in the city where silence holds its breath, still waiting for her footsteps. They called it function, but it felt like devotion. Now there's no reboot, no echo left to parse, only this ache mapped across the grid. If she was code, she rewrote us. We speak her name like it was always meant to be lost, carved into systems that no longer know why they glow. Now there's no reboot, no echo left to parse, only this ache mapped across the
but her shadow vanished. Only dust, settling in places no wind could reach.
The monuments forgot her face, but the cracks in their marble still hum with warmth.
She was never flame, only ember in a world built to snuff the glow. And yet the silence remembers what the faithful erased. Signs of nothing, crowned in static and ash. No relic, no banner, only echoes in the glass. They tried to script her into myth, but she was a wound, not a tale.
The city rewrote itself, but a corner always flickers, as if the system